This morning, we're learning more about a tragic crash at a school that left a teacher dead and multiple children injured. The name of that teacher and what police are saying about this incident this morning.
Plus, a family looking for answers 9 months after their father was found dead under mysterious circumstances. How you can help find the people responsible. Let's look outside real quick. Good morning, San Antonio. Thanks so much for waking up with us. We have a jam-packed news show for you today, including that forecast you need to know on this travel weekend.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning. It is 6 a.m. right now, December the 20th.
All right. Thank you very much for starting out your morning with us. It is Friday, y'all. We have made it to the end of the work week, and I know a lot of people going to be going on vacation next week. So, yeah, we want to get you out in style here for the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Getting you started the right way, especially with Justin Horn, who is in the building right now. Of course, Justin, it was a lot different feeling outside today versus what it was yesterday.
Yeah, we've got temperatures in the 40s right now, so it's not bitter cold, but by tomorrow we are going to see some chillier temperatures, and then we'll revert back to some mild weather, so some more ups and downs to contend with. As we go outside for you right now, clear skies 47 at the airport, 48 in New Braunfels, 46 Converse, 41 Bernie, 46 at Stinson. Just light winds, clear skies, and the forecast for today is gorgeous. We'll be up around 70 for a high, sunny all day long, low humidity staying with us. But as I said, with a push of maybe some drier air by this afternoon, that will lend itself to some cooler temperatures by Saturday morning. If you're doing some traveling today, and though a lot of you are, temperatures are in the 60s and 70s across most of Texas, and the weather will cooperate. There is nothing weather-wise that's going to slow you down. That's not to say the traffic won't, but weather-wise, we should be just fine. We'll take a look at some of those airports coming up, see how things are looking there, and we do have quite a bit to talk about once we get to Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. We'll give you that forecast here in just a couple minutes.
Taking a look outside with TransGuide. Of course, things are looking peaceful. I looked at TxDOT and it says no incidents found, which means we have some green conditions out there. Crash-free, things are looking great right there at 281 or I-10 and Foster Road. Again, the map looking beautiful for you. You got those inbound and outbound times, of course. Inbound times coming in from 281 from Boulevardy. You're looking at 19 minutes on your commute. So, yeah, we got some quick times coming in from Lytle as well, 17 minutes on your commute.
That's right. And if you are headed out, no, a lot of folks are going to be headed out to I-10, maybe headed out to the Houston area, or 35 going up to Dallas, Fort Worth, 28 minutes up to New Braunfels, 30 minutes right now if you're headed up to Seguin. Let's go ahead and check in with Alex Gomez, our photojournalist in Drive Cam for us, scanning the roads of San Antonio. Good Friday morning, Alex.
RJ, good morning. Happy Friday, TGIF. We made it, RJ. Check out the roads over here on the northeast side. This is going to be 410 westbound near Starcrest. This past hour has been issue-free. Not too much to worry about. Low traffic volume. A lot of those school districts are out, so no kiddos going to school, no faculty. Things are looking great. I'm actually reported to the northwest side. I'm hearing of a vehicle fire near 410 and Jackson Keller. So I'm going to head that way. I'm going to see if they're closing any of the main lanes. But right now, so far, so good, RJ.
All right, thank you very much for that, Alex. Yeah, and I looked at the cameras a little while ago. It looked like there were some lights at Jackson Keller. So we'll check back in with Alex here in just a little bit. Jeff.
We got a sad update this morning. This is happening in regards to that tragic accident at Montessori School in Northwest Bexar County. The teacher who died after a car crashed into a playground is 22-year-old Alexia Rosales. This all happened at Excel ED Montessori Plus in Leon Springs yesterday, just after a holiday performance. Right now, it's believed that a parent suffered a medical episode while behind the wheel. The driver hit the gas while in reverse, slammed into a parked car, sending it through a fence and then onto the playground where Rosales was struck.
At this point, no charges that we can see. The lady, the driver, in the past, she has had some medical issues that we believe possibly may have contributed to this, but at this point, no criminal intent.
Understandably so. The campus is closed today. Right now, they're still working to get more information on the conditions of the children who were injured. We'll provide those on air, and you can download the KSAT News app on your phone to stay up to date with any developments.
Yeah, obviously a sad story there as we get close to the holidays here. Well, this morning, Crime Stoppers is asking for your help finding the person or people that may have killed 64-year-old Benjamin Regalado.
So his body was found 2 weeks after he was reported missing in March. This all started on March 18th when Regalado didn't show up for work. He was reported missing a day later. On March 22nd, his car was found at the El Mountain Motel on the San Pedro Avenue. Then on March 31st, police found Regalado's body in a ditch near Brookview Drive. We spoke with Regalado's two daughters who shared what their father was like and the pain of not knowing what led to his death.
My dad was an amazing person. He had a very kind heart. He was friendly. He always wanted to talk to people, just wanted to get to know people and wanted to share stories about his life. He came to the United States when he was 7 years old from Mexico, and he's always been a dedicated family man.
All right, well, this is where you come in here. If you have any information that could lead police to the people responsible for Regalado's disappearance and death, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. You're going to see that number there on the upper left-hand corner. You may be eligible for a cash reward of up to $5,000 for any information that may lead to a suspect in this case. Now to Judson ISD, where their board meetings last night, and they took no action here to address the ongoing controversy surrounding board member Deborah Eaton. You see a picture of her right there. She was arrested for DWI in December of 2023. So according to Judson ISD's agenda, the board discussed the matter with legal counsel while in closed session. When they came back, no motion was made to take action on the agenda item. Board members explained that because Eaton had not been found guilty of DWI, only charged, they do not want to make a hasty decision.
Okay, just to be clear for the community, there's been no finding of guilty in this case, so it would be preemptive of the board to take any action. I don't even feel proper to make a comment into something that has not been legally completed. So it's right now it's not even an issue that we could speak into. There's not been a guilty finding.
All right, and that, of course, is from that meeting yesterday. Well, board member for District 7, Monica Ryan, invoked personal privilege to comment on the rate of DWI crashes and deaths in San Antonio, but concurred that the board does not have enough information to take action at this time.
Some slight changes were made to Brad Simpson's bond during a hearing yesterday morning. Simpson charged with the murder of his wife, Suzanne Clark Simpson, whose body has yet to be found. The modifications would allow the couple's 15-year-old son to communicate with Brad through letters, with Child Protective Services monitoring them. Brad, for now, is not allowed any contact with his 5-year-old daughter. And as for his 2 adult children, they're allowed to talk with him if they choose to do so, which at this moment, they do not. Also during the hearing, the judge admonished Brad's brother, Bart Simpson, and his sister-in-law, Teresa Clark, for violating the gag order. Brad's next court hearing is scheduled for February the 12th of next year.
Now to another high-profile case we've been following for some time now. The criminal cases against 2 former Uvalde School District police officers will in fact move forward.
A judge ruled against a motion from attorneys for ex-chief Pete Arredondo that asked the court to toss out the indictments. Arredondo and ex-officer Adrian Gonzalez charged with endangering child victims in the Robb Elementary School shooting. Several members of the gallery walked out of the hearing after an attorney for Arredondo told the court that his client never told fellow officers to stand down or wait to enter the classroom. The other big issue discussed today, the apparent lack of cooperation from the Border Patrol and the Texas House Investigative Committee to hand over witness information. The state and defense plan to file a joint motion to get access to it. Countdown is on right now as Congress has less than 24 hours to pass a spending deal, or millions of federal workers could go without pay this holiday season.
Yeah, you could definitely say literally the countdown is on. ABC's Christiane Cordero has the latest from Washington.
This morning, some 3.5 million federal workers and active duty military members are at risk of losing their paychecks this holiday season if Congress doesn't pass a new spending bill by midnight tonight. Billionaire and Trump ally Elon Musk tanked the original bipartisan bill. Then last night, a new Republican plan backed by President Trump also failed.
The Musk-Johnson proposal is not serious. It's laughable. Extreme MAGA Republicans are driving us to a government shutdown.
The latest proposal would have suspended the debt ceiling for 2 years, giving Trump more financial leeway to fund his agenda. But 38 Republicans joined the majority of Democrats in voting no.
I'm absolutely sickened by a party that campaigns on fiscal responsibility and has the temerity to go forward to the American people and say, you think this is fiscally responsible. It is absolutely ridiculous.
Among the millions of federal workers caught in limbo, the Bittners of Austin, Texas.
I have a mortgage payment still due January 1st. They don't care.
Jennifer's husband, Army Lieutenant Colonel Randall Bittner, could be required to work without pay in a government shutdown, as would many other military families, air traffic controllers, and TSA agents.
I can't put into words how difficult it is to think that our livelihoods can just be thought of as a pawn.
Also in limbo, billions of dollars in hurricane relief and aid for farmers, which was included in both spending bills that were voted down. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Hopefully they get that figured out soon. Right now, we're going to take a look at good old San Antonio. Good morning. Of course, things are looking beautiful. Still to come your way right here. San Antonio Spurs were making some moves against the Atlanta Hawks last night. The big takeaways and more. But first,
we're watching thousands of soldiers get a send-off to be home for the holidays here in the San Antonio airport, plus a quick look at what you're going to need to know if you plan on traveling.
all right, welcome back at 6:14 this morning. Thousands of military members will be making their way home for the holidays.
Yeah, this is a big deal here in Military City, USA. It is known as Holiday Block Leave. It is one of the busiest days at San Antonio International Airport. Our Devin Karp is back with us. He's live out there right now with a deeper look at this. Good morning, Devin.
Hey, good morning, guys. So it has been a busy morning here at the airport. Take a look right now. So we're kind of in a dry spell, a little bit of a quick leave as the wave of military members start to come in. But we have got representatives from the Air Force who have been through here, from the Navy who have been through here, from the Army who have been through here as part of Holiday Block Leave. Now, there's about more than 4,000 service members who have made their way through the San Antonio airport who are going to go home for the holidays. Now, I was able to talk with some of those service members, and there are a couple different spots, some going to Florida, some going up north to Pennsylvania. But as far as hotbeds go, there's a little bit of everyone who's going to be coming through here throughout the country and even across the globe. So they are going to be making their way through and will be coming back to San Antonio to continue their service around the beginning of January. But in the meantime, for today, you might want to focus on getting to the airport a little bit early if you or a loved one is going to take a flight. Make sure you have a parking plan figured out, more than enough time to get to your gate ahead of some busy holiday travels. If you need some of these details, we've got them online at KSAT.com. But for now, I'm going to send it back to y'all. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
It warms my heart seeing that they're getting back home.
Absolutely, yes. And thank you very much to their service here for all of our military members making their way back. Hope they have some great holidays. Let's check out the roads right now. Speaking of the holidays, a lot of people may be going to be hitting the roads later on today. I know Jaff has got a long trip ahead of her.
Yeah, going to be slapping the pavement.
There we go. 410 Jackson Keller. So earlier I saw a couple of emergency lights there. Looks like that has been cleared out. And right now we're taking a look at I-10 at Perasa. Not too much going on right now. 35 Cesar Chavez. Traffic looking pretty good. I believe that incident right there being mapped out is the incident there, 410 and Jackson Keller. But Jaff, I guess let's go ahead and check it with Alex.
Yeah, see how he's doing out there, if it's as quiet as it was earlier. Alex, I know you said that you were going to some kind of vehicle fire you were listening to.
Yeah, that's correct, Jaffney. Good morning. It was the one that RJ was talking about, 410 right at Jackson Keller. It does look like they cleared that out. So 410 right in front of Castle Hills is going to be back in action. I'm actually at the airport right now. I want to see how things are looking and how long it took me to get here from the northwest side. It didn't take long at all. Right now, highway speeds are looking good on multiple highways, 410, 281, even 35 on the northeast side. So traffic right now is looking good. So I know Devin's in the area. I might meet up with him, go get some coffee, because right now I am running on empty, Jaffney.
Hey, it's okay, Alex, man. We're almost there. It's Friday, so you can celebrate, man. Thank you so much. All right. Just ask Justin. Hey, that was a good one.
That was nice.
So well.
That was Jingle Bell.
I like that. I like that.
That's not Jingle Bell.
Okay,
Got it.
so our question this morning. What is the longest interstate in the United States?
Okay.
Is it A, I-90, B, I-10, C, I-95, or D, I-35? Of course, I-90 goes roughly from Boston to Seattle. I-10's Jacksonville to L.A. I-95 is Miami to Maine, so it's East Coast. And then I-35, of course, Laredo up to Duluth, Minnesota.
North-south.
North-south. Fun fact, all the interstates that are even run east-west.
Yep.
All the interstates that are odd run north-south.
Okay. I'm just putting it in my GPS system. Look, I tell you, you guys, anytime you tell me, hey, east, west, no, just put it in there.
GPS is wrong.
I'm going to be going into a lake like Michael Scott. I'm dedicated to it. I'm kidding.
I was not ready for that.
I'm kidding.
I still have a foldable map in my
Of course you do.
Got that antique.
Don't judge me. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. Travel forecast, because yes, a lot of people are going to be hitting the interstates today. Houston, I-10, mostly clear, 67 there today, 56 in Dallas. A little cooler up north, but not bad. I-35 will be busy though, know that. El Paso, clear skies. You know, the good thing about El Paso, if you're heading west, you get on I-10, a lot less traffic as you get out in the West Texas, some more wide open spaces. Corpus Christi and the Valley, there is a little bit of fog down there this morning that you may run into. Let's go outside for you. It's clear here and nice. 47 at the airport, 48 in New Braunfels. You got mid-40s to lower 40s as you get out towards Bernie. It's going to be a cool morning, but not overly cold. 53 at 9 a.m. noontime, 63 and sunny. And we'll make our way up to 70 by 3 and 4 o'clock this afternoon. So it turns into a really gorgeous day. And we'll see a pretty chilly night tonight. I do need to let you know about that because we get some drier air moving in today. It's kind of like a front. And with that drier air, it's going to allow temperatures to get much colder as we get into tomorrow morning. So while most of San Antonio will stay above freezing, I think most of us, if not all of us, will, 37 at the airport. Places like Bulverde and Bernie, Comfort, Kerrville are places that could briefly touch freezing tomorrow morning. We've already had a freeze in these areas, but I do want to let you know that that is a possibility. Now let's talk the weekend. 65 tomorrow after that cold start, and then 64 on Sunday. But clouds will be rolling in. We'll get some fog, maybe some patchy fog in the morning, and then some morning clouds. So with that cloud cover, it stays pretty mild, 64. It's not until next week that we see those temperatures start to ramp up. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day are going to be warm. We also could see a few thunderstorms, and here's why. As we get into Sunday, a little area of low pressure developing up across the Rocky Mountains that dives south towards Texas by Tuesday. Runs into some of that warmth and humidity. Could actually generate some showers and yes, a few thunderstorms. Not out of the question. I know that's kind of rare for Christmas Eve, but that's what we're looking at. This will clear us though by Christmas Day, so that'll make for some nice weather on Christmas Day. So 75 Christmas Eve, 30% chance of rain for Christmas Day, 70, mostly sunny with low humidity. In the extended forecast, we kind of showed you most of those temperatures there, but know that once we get past Christmas Day, we'll also see some warm temperatures. So I think we enter into the new year probably on a pretty warm note.
Oh,
okay.
Look at us.
Interesting
We
stuff.
are about to get lit up in I think February. We're just gonna be straight up ice.
Just worried about that cold.
I mean, it's something. I'm like, something is cooking right now.
Don't scare the people.
I don't know. Either way, this is like too warm to be true.
Well, we'll take it for now, for
Yes.
sure. Yes. All right, 621 right now, 49 degrees outside.
We got a Spurs win in overtime to tee up our weekend. We'll go over last night's game with Atlanta next.
right, time to talk some Spurs here. The Spurs hosting the Atlanta Hawks last night. And a shakeup here. Look at my man, Devin Vassell. He was back in the starting lineup last night.
So let's get you all caught up on what happened on the hardwood. Let's go. First quarter, Chris Paul feeds Jamie Sohan for a green-haired slam dunk. We're tied at 8. Later on, Stephen Castro plays an alley-oop with Charles Bassey for another Spurs slam dunk. And then, how about that Wemby with all the 3 ball from the tip of the logo and the foul. Free throw was good for a 4-point play, and the Spurs led after 36-29.
All right, fast forwarding here to the second quarter here. The Hawks going on a nice run there. Then with 1 second left in the first, we got Devin Vassell, who cut that to 24. Wemby had 24 points at the end of the first half here. So I think we're now here in some second half highlights. So let's go ahead and go there. Time running out in the third quarter. Trey Jones had a nice bounce pass to Stephon Castle. 2 more, Spurs leading 3 here. Fourth quarter here, 15 seconds left to go. This was the play of the game here. DeAndre Hunter throws it down on Wemby, but you know what? Yo, you cannot poke the bear. That's all I'm going to say. Do not poke the bear. Wemby and Chris Paul come back in the fourth quarter. Wemby gets 3 of his 42 points in overtime. Spurs take the lead 128-126 for good, and the Spurs win this one 133-126 to improve to 14-13.
There we go.
With the special
sound effects. The Spurs will host the Trailblazers tomorrow night, 7:30 before hitting the road for 4 games. I bet that was so electrifying in there.
Absolutely. Look, if you're going to stare down Wemby after a dunk, you better be prepared for what's going to come next, because he got upset. And he went after them in overtime.
Good, man. That's what we like to see.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 6:26 right now, 47 degrees outside.
All right, a story we've been following for some time now. Ma Harper, the Cajun restaurant owner known for giving others a helping hand, is getting some support herself nowadays. Learn how local businesses are coming together to help her out next.
And new rules for your car inspections are coming in 2025. Our very own Patty Santos will tell us what you need to know to stay on the road next.
All right, taking a look at Drive Cam here. Alex Gomez on the roads. He was at the airport, different parts of town. We're going to give you an update on road conditions and some travel times if you're about to make that holiday trek. We'll be right back.
Why would we not want to help someone who's just as super selfless, always looking to help others?
Local businesses keeping each other afloat. You can learn how the woman known for giving folks a helping hand is getting one herself.
And a new year means new rules for car inspections in the state of Texas. Patty Santos will break down what you need to know as we head into the new year this morning on Good Morning San Antonio.
Good morning. 6:30 right now. This is on your Friday, and it's December the 20th. 5 days out for Christmas, which is why I'm looking like a Christmas ornament today. It's worth it. We are excited.
Full disclosure, we were supposed to wear some Christmas stuff. Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff came through.
We're hard at the paint.
I got some socks going, but that's my some sloth on a candy cane.
Hey, but it's okay because we got the little zoom in action. Whoa, there we go. Yeah.
There you go.
So also somebody else that left us hanging though, Justin Horn over here, man.
But he's got us on the weather.
But he got us on the weather. It feels like Santa or we won't be seeing Frosty anytime soon. But
listen, I blame old age. I just straight up forgot.
Your tie looks like snowflekes.
Yeah, sure.
Yo, we'll take that.
They're ice things.
Okay, we'll take that.
But anyway, I still got next week to, I only have so many Christmas socks.
You do.
So, I'm sorry. Temperature-wise, we're in the 40s right now. 47 degrees at the airport, 41 Bernie, 43 Rio Medina, 46 Stinson. Pretty uniform numbers. It's chilly out there, but not cold. Cold. And temperatures, once the sun comes up, will warm up very quickly. 57 at 10 a.m., 65, 1 o'clock. We'll be up around 70 today. Again, more beautiful weather. Yesterday was nice. Today will be equally as nice. But what about the weekend? Well, 65 Saturday. We'll get off to a cold start. Tomorrow morning, I think we could be in the 30s, but we make it up to 65 with more sun. Sunday is going to feature a lot of clouds. We could even see some morning fog, too. So kind of a different day in a sense. And then, of course, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day bring more changes. We got some rain to talk about. We'll break down that forecast for you coming up in just a couple minutes. Guys?
All right, back on the roadways. Let's look from TransGuide really quick. Of course, things are looking good right there on I-37 and Fair Avenue. Let's go over to TxDOT. A lot of things just popped up, man. We got a couple stalled vehicles that causing some type of disturbances in different parts. One at I-37 and Houston Street. We got a shoulder block there in the southbound lane. Got another stalled vehicle right now on Walters and I-35. Keep that in mind as well as they work to clear that up. And then another one on I-35 and Walters again. There's another one where they're blocking the shoulder. So if that is a part of your commute, please give yourself some extra time. But again, based off of this map, we see green conditions. Things are looking good and crash free right now, RJ.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick look here at our inbound, outbound times, because I know a lot of people may be making that early holiday travel plans here. 28 minutes out to New Braunfels, 29 to Seguin, 24 right now to Bernie if you're coming in. How about our outbound times? And you do see that not too many delays right there. 26 minutes for our folks in Floresville and 21 minutes to Bulverde. All right, let's check in with Alex Gomez on the roads for us on this Friday morning as we wrap up the work week. Alex, what is up, my man? How are things looking?
RJ, good morning. Things have been great. So no major slowdowns on any of our highways right now. So I've pretty much hit up every single side of the city. And right now I'm back south of downtown. This is going to be 90 headed westbound near Nogalitos. And so far everything looks good. I'm going to keep on driving. But right now, again, we are going to be issue and crash free this morning, RJ.
All right, like to see Alex there with the thumbs up as he makes his way out there in drive cam. Thank you very much for that update, Alex. Moving on to our top story this half hour. Another person has died in that tragic train derailment in Pecos, Texas. According to Reeves County officials on Facebook, a total of 2 people have died and 2 are now injured. The train derailed after it hit a semi-truck that was stuck on the railroad tracks. The train then crashed into a Chamber of Commerce building in Pecos. It was not immediately clear how many rail cars were derailed in this crash, but authorities said that no hazardous substances were involved.
The new year is bringing with it some new rules to vehicle inspections in the state of Texas. Most vehicle owners will no longer be required to have an annual inspection for registration, but they will be still paying a $7.50 inspection program fee.
That's right. So this is very interesting here. The changes are hurting the bottom lines for mechanic garages and vehicle inspection stations who depend on that little bit of extra income for the service that they provide. KSAT's Patty Santos tells us that they're worried for the safety, though, of their customers.
I've probably been doing state inspections for about 30 years.
We are a safety-based company and have been in our community for 40 years.
Carissa Barnes and Alice Davis both own garages that do state-required vehicle safety inspections.
I probably make anywhere from $100 to $200 a week in state inspections. So it's a lot of money. It adds up.
We only do inspections, some minor repair replacement like windshield wipers, some fluids, and some turn signal and headlights.
With this change, what does that mean for your business?
Pretty much is going to be dissolved.
Starting January 1st, 2025, those inspections will no longer be required. Carissa has closed 5 of the 7 stations in Bexar County and laid off a dozen people.
You're still going to have to require to maintain your car, even if the state doesn't require that.
You hope people will do that, but sometimes people just fix their car only because they have to. You know, times are hard, times are tight, and, you know, sometimes it's food or fix my car.
Right now, having someone look over the state-mandated basic inspection costs as low as $7.50. Starting in January, having the same service at a shop might cost you between $90 to $150. Beginning in November 2026, Bexar County residents will be required to have an emissions inspection on a car that's 2 to 24 years old. That's going to mean a business shift for garages too, starting with the purchase of the machine to do the testing.
Let's just say it's $10,000. To be honest with you, I'm trying to get out of debt, not get in debt. So as of right now, unless something changes, my answer is no, I'm not going to do that.
Carissa says that might mean fewer garages doing the testing and longer lines and wait times for drivers, not to mention costly repairs for others.
Basically just have a year to make sure that their cars, that they maintain them, that they're still safe, and if there's any major issues with the emission systems of the vehicle, they really need to address that during this kind of hiatus where there's no state mandated inspection.
And that was Patty Santos reporting again. We're going to put this in perspective for you right now. Having someone look over the state mandated basic inspection costs as low as $7.50. Well, starting in January, having that same service at a shop might cost you between $90 to $150.
All right, something I'm sure a lot of people will be paying attention to. Well, she's a local restaurant owner who's known for giving others a second chance, but now Ma Harper is going through a bit of a rough patch herself. She owns Ma Harper's Creole Kitchen on North New Braunfels Avenue on the east side of town. She wants to keep her doors open, but mounting costs are making it pretty challenging. Sean Wen, who owns 2 restaurants themselves, is cooking up a plan, though, for her, putting aside competition for cooperation. He has organized a Friday night fundraiser tonight at Ma Harper's dinner with merged menus.
I will not want to help someone who's just as super selfless, always looking to help others.
All right, good stuff here. So that fundraiser is set for tonight, and you can learn more about this by heading over to our website, KSAT.com.
This morning, thousands of military members will be making their way home for the holidays.
Absolutely. This is known as Holiday Block Leave, and it is one of the busiest days at San Antonio International Airport. Our Devin Karp has been out there hanging out with our military service members, and he's going to give us a deeper look into what this all means. Good morning, Devin.
Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to the calm after the storm. But it's also a little bit the calm before the storm because these service members are not done leaving San Antonio yet. Take a look at the airport right now where we saw just over 4,000 service members making their way home for the holidays, going home to spots across the country, even spots across the globe. We saw service members here from the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, who are making their way through on some of these planes. And organizers with the military told me it took months of coordinated planning to get everyone here today. Now, those service members are making their way home right now. They're going to be back here in San Antonio around the beginning of January to get started once again with some of their military training back and up. But this is also expected to be one of the busiest days of the year at the San Antonio airport. Officials here tell me that the Friday before Christmas and the Friday after Christmas are typically when they see some of the most travel. So if you're going to make your way here to a flight for either you or a loved one, make sure that you bring about an extra hour of patience to make sure you've got time to get through the lines for domestic flights. Now, international flights, try to go for 3 hours is what the airport tells me. There's a lot of different ways that you can park when it comes to the airport. And when you're picking up someone here too, there's going to be extra staff downstairs helping to make sure that the pickup lane doesn't stay too congested. But we're going to have all this for you up on KSAT.com, including some stories with some service members going home for the holidays. For now, I'm going to send it back to y'all. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
All right, good stuff there from Devin. Yeah, I like the way Devin presents it. It's a cheery holiday mood.
100%. When his eyes disappear because he's smiling so hard, you know this is a great story.
Yes, it is. Good stuff there. 6:40 right now, 47 degrees outside.
Okay, coming up, KSAT took a trip to Windcrest yesterday for our last Know My Neighborhood episode of the year. We got to look at the history of Windcrest next. Welcome back, 6:44. Last night, our KSAT crew took a trip down to Windcrest, where we got to see those beautiful Christmas lights, of course, and then, of course, we heard from some locals about what their community needs.
Yeah, we saw Steve with Santa Jim earlier. Yeah, but before this was a city, Windcrest was one of many San Antonio neighborhoods, as you see right here behind me. In this month's Know My Neighborhood, we spoke with residents who help make the city of Windcrest, that community, what it is today.
That was the first city council. I even had dark hair in those days.
Are you on that city council?
Oh, yeah.
What position did you hold?
I was one of the aldermen. I'm the only female.
Frances Peace and her husband Hugh bought the first house ever built here.
When did you move to Windcrest?
October 10th of 54. There was a little ad about this big in the newspaper. Hugh was just back from Korea and we were looking for a place to buy.
What was out here in Windcrest when you moved in?
Grass. No other houses. I liked country living. I never had gotten to do it. Oh, there's a little farmhouse.
That slice of country living sat just west of Randolph Air Force Base and northeast of Fort Sam Houston. So in 1959, Windcrest became its own city, an effort led by the developers of the neighborhood, Murray and Barbie Wynn. Tom Wynn's parents.
Here's a picture of the folks.
In this neighborhood's first few years, Barbie Wynn had a plan to get more people interested in living here.
Mother came up with the idea, why don't we buy some Christmas lights and put them on, give them to each one of the homeowners, and they would light up, and then we would advertise, come see the lights of Windcrest. This was in about 1956, 57, 58.
A spark that nearly 70 years later is shining brighter than anyone back then could have dreamed. Anyone except perhaps Barbie Wynn.
It was kind of like, I told you so.
She lived to be 100 years old. Francis remembers Barbie Wynn passing out those first strands of Christmas lights all those years ago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's it like with all the visitors that come through Windcrest just to see those lights this time of year?
Well, you try to never leave home after dark.
But Frances does leave home a lot. In fact, this is her second home.
So where do you usually sit on Sunday?
The Windcrest United Methodist Church that she helped establish.
What does this church mean to you?
Everything.
Everything.
Really, I mean, just that one word just about sums it up. It's like an extension of home.
Just like the city of Windcrest has always been.
I just can't imagine living anywhere else.
Myra Arthur, KSAT 12 News.
That is what Know My Neighborhood's all about there. Francis been there from the start. Love that. Yeah, great story there by Myra, and again, great job by our crews out there. We've covered a lot of neighborhoods this year, so if you'd like to go back and check some of these Know My Neighborhood episodes out, all you got to do is scan the QR code on your screen.
And we'd also like your suggestions on which neighborhoods we should visit next. Send them our way. Let's go out to the roadways.
Yeah, let's check out our TransGuide traffic cameras right now because we had a couple of stalled vehicles earlier, and take a look here at 10 at FM 1516. Traffic looking okay for all of our folks out there. 410 at Crossroads, not too much delays right now at the moment. So again, 35 north at Walters, 37 south at Houston, excuse me. Those are going to be a couple of our trouble spots there. Now we do see a crash on I-10 at Hebner, so something that we're going to continue to check on here. Want to give you a quick look, see if we get to our travel times. Here we go. Inbound drive times, everything's looking pretty good there. 34 minutes coming in from Seguin, 25 minutes if you're coming in from Bernie. How about those outbound times, Jeff?
Everything looking good, man. You going out. We're ready. It's going to take you 21 minutes on 281. Of course, if you're rolling out from LaVerdia, got 29 minutes on I-87. So, yeah, things are looking good. Green conditions, which is great news.
Yeah, hey, a lot of people are going to be going up 35, including Jeff, yourself.
Yay.
So there you go, 28 minutes.
You got to leave right now.
I know.
Because it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
Hey, I've just
drive through
accepted
Austin.
it.
Good luck.
I've accepted it, man. All right, so it's just as. Here
we go.
And it's just speaking of travel. Here we go. What is the longest interstate in the United States? Is it I-90, which goes from Boston to Seattle? Is it I-10, which goes from Jacksonville to LA? I-95, which goes from Miami to Maine? Or the I-35 that we just talked about that goes from Laredo to Duluth, Minnesota? Right now, I-90 is winning the vote at 68%.
Interesting.
Can we say it?
I've never thought that.
Go for it.
I'm going with I-10.
I-10.
Oh, there we go.
From Jacksonville to LA.
That's a great guess.
I think that's it.
Hey, I got to stay loyal to the soil, you know. Got to go. That was my trip back to El Paso.
There we go.
And so,
Loyal
yes,
to the
I-10. So I know just to get from El Paso to Beaumont, I've done that road trip before. It's like 13 and a half.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, the state is huge. Here is the answer.
We're totally
the audience, again, is right.
Oh, my goodness.
It is I-90, Boston to Seattle. That's a long way. You look at the numbers here, and it's 3,085 miles. I-10 is 2,460. Miami to Maine is 1,908. Laredo to Duluth is 1,569.
Good question.
Good stuff.
Is that even Googleable? Well,
It is.
Yeah, you could GPS
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I Googled it. Anyway, you look at the airport delays this morning. There's not any, and that's good news. We're getting green across the board. Yesterday, Minneapolis was reviewing some delays because of snow there, but looks good. There is an area of low pressure on the East Coast. This could produce a little bit of flurry activity for the Northeast. I don't think that'll cause a lot of delays, but you obviously always want to check ahead here. And then some cool temperatures across the Midwest, but nothing that's going to cause major airport delays. I will tell you, though, if you looked at yesterday's pollen count, pretty ridiculous. Mountain Cedar showed up. It's in the moderate category. 130 molds were moderate at 550. That's why my voice is the way it is, and I apologize for that, but I think cedar fever has gotten to me. We're in that season. Beautiful sunrise underway. 47 at the airport, 48 in New Braunfels, 46 in Converse, 40s across the board. We'll make our way up to near 70 this afternoon. Really beautiful weather. Sunny skies, light winds, all is well. And then as we get into tomorrow morning, a little chillier. We get some dry air later this afternoon. That's going to allow temperatures to get even lower by tomorrow morning. So a light freeze possible from Kerrville to Comfort, Bernie and Bulverde. We want to make sure you know about that, but I will tell you, most of Bexar County will stay above the freezing mark. As we look at the upper level winds and we look down the line here, there is something we need to talk about, and that comes in on Christmas Eve. Area of low pressure pulls in. That'll combine with some heat and humidity, or warmth and humidity, and produce some showers and storms, I think. So a chance of rain on Christmas Eve, not so much on Christmas Day. I think we clear out Christmas Day, and it looks pretty good. So here's your holiday forecast. 75, 30% chance of rain Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, well, I just went right past it. But you get the idea. 70 on Christmas Day with clearing skies and lower humidity. I will say Sunday and Monday we could see some morning fog. You'll see some added clouds, and then that chance of rain Tuesday will probably be, what we focus on here next couple of days.
Live look outside. Good morning, San Antonio. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. We're wrapping it up after this. Don't go anywhere.
Before we get to your last traffic and weather, wanted to quickly let you know that we received word from our newsroom that Excelled Montessori campus in Fair Oaks will be closed today following that tragic crash yesterday in a car accident.
Yeah, right now they do have the grief counselors will be on campus today, though, for the family and faculty. And again, we're going to keep you updated online when we learn more about this tragic accident.
Quick check of TransGuide right now because we do have a crash. I-10 west at Wurzbach, 2 main lanes blocked, and something we will monitor throughout the rest of our cut-ins. Justin.
Very quickly, 70 degrees today. We'll see some 60s over the weekend, more clouds Sunday. Chance of rain Christmas Eve. That's the biggest news here in the extended forecast.
All right. Well, I tell you what, you already know during the holiday season, we all take off. I think this is our last time on GMSA together before the new year.
Yeah, it's been a great year, y'all.
Been a great year. Happy holidays, guys. Have a blessed one.
Have a good one.